Live. I reckon we should be live now. Bro, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. There we
Hello.
go. There we go. There we go. So, elite members, if you're in the chat, let us know. Okay, so we've got King Roll here. We've got Next. We've got Rand. Yep. Elite members, just drop us a chat. Drop us a hey. You're in the group. Let us know that we're not by ourselves. We're not on our ones. Okay, we got King Roll, definitely Random Things is here. Rayhan, yes, here we go. Peter Parker, here we go. Kez, here we go. Next, yep. People are rolling through, bro. People are rolling. Oh, got Echo. Okay, hold on.
Echo.
Echo. Okay, let me drop that. Okay, let me. How am I sounding now, guys? Is it still echoing? Let me know.
It's all good.
Is there any echo, guys? Can you hear? Okay, no echo. Okay, good. So, if you chat, wait, echo mad. Oh, guys, am I echoing? So, Kez, you're saying I'm echoing. Is anyone else? Can you hear me echo, or is it all good? Let me know. Okay, so Musashi, you have some echo on your side, bro. Yeah.
How do I fix that?
A bit of background noise.
Oh, sorry, that's the coffee being made.
Is that did you say that's the coffee machine?
No, that's my girl making the coffee machine.
Okay. Right. So yeah. Okay, yeah. People are talking about a lot of background noise, bro.
Sorry, guys. Brother, I live in a tiny apartment bucket.
Oh, yeah, no. Come on, man. That's a minor. But how are we sounding now, guys, from my end and Musashi's end? I think I can't hear the background noise anymore. Yeah, I think it sounds better. Let us know, guys, in the chat. Let us know before we kick the ball. See, so someone's saying house party. House party. It's not that loud, is it? Okay, so yeah, we've heard it's fine now. Yep, Matthew said it sounds good. And yep, it's all good. Okay, cool. So, Musashi, pleasure to meet you, bro. You know, everyone's now seeing your face. This is the guy, but this is the face behind the mastery, the wizardry, the technical analysis genius, the guy behind ATNF, LKCO. You know, this is him in the flesh, guys. So you know, we roll through for our elite members here. how are you feeling?
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
How's your week? I'm nervous. Sorry?
Now you'll be fine. Don't be nervous, bro. You're amongst family. You'll be good. But how's your week been? How's the past 2 weeks been for you?
Hard, man. My portfolio has taken a big dip.
Really?
Yeah, a lot.
Like what percentage are we talking? Like how deep in the red are you at the moment?
Oh, around I lost around 20 to 30%.
20 to 30%. What, this week or the past 2 weeks combined?
Since 15th of February.
Okay. Wow. Down 30%. Are you worried? Like, you scared? What are you doing to ease the pain, as it were?
In the beginning, I couldn't sleep. Not knowing every day I lost a lot of money. But I started just thinking long term.
Yeah.
A lot of them was long term, but I want to cash them all out after 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
So I just bought the dips instead, and I sold some of my positions to get into recovery stocks in the next 6 months.
Okay.
And then I will go into swings again.
Okay. So what recovery stocks have you been getting into?
I've got into Carnival, TUI,
Carnival.
I
Okay.
yeah, IAG,
All right.
and what was the name of it? PMO, Premier Oil.
Premier Oil. Oh yeah, oil's
Yeah,
been on fire recently. Actually, the past 2 weeks, oil's been doing the madness. Okay,
yeah.
so you're trans the way you're balancing out your portfolio. You are now transitioning away from. Was it more? Were you more biotech heavy? Were you more tech heavy? What were you more heavy before that you're now moving into
Um,
recovery?
Tech and biotech,
Tech.
both of
Okay.
them actually. Yeah. I chose to get out of my heaviest tech biotech company, PACB, once
Okay.
it hit 47, uh, but because it was in a bull market and the earnings came,
Yeah.
but a lot of my tech stocks got a big crash
Yeah.
each day. So I just hit a lot of stop losses, and the biggest loss I hit was LKCO.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, that one went to 3.8, and
Yeah.
now my stop loss was hit above 1.2 around that area.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of our positions have been going. I mean, south recently, and funny enough, I actually got accused on Instagram. Someone accused me of being fake happy with the pullbacks. It was crazy. Someone said you're lying. You're not really this happy. It's been 2 weeks of a constant red. How are you happy? And I was just like, last year's crash, apart from last year's crash, which was 2 weeks, right? The
Yeah.
the the other crashes, the shortest time frame was 8 months. You know what I'm saying? So 8 months of just being predominantly red, and we might see it 1 or 2 days in the green, and then the decline, the red continues. So in my head, I'm thinking at least this is gonna last 8 months. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Mm,
with that, I've been getting my cash pile ready. Obviously, I've been letting the Discord know as well, but letting everyone know to get their cash ready, sell out of their trash, get ready to build their high conviction companies. And that's why I was happy. I mean, today, I think Tattoo Chef went into like the $18. I could not believe my eyes. And my average in Tattoo Chef was like just in the low 20s. Now it's dropped back down to the teens, and I'm buzzing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in it long term, and even though the stock declined, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the company. It doesn't change our expansion. It doesn't change our revenue, our earnings. It doesn't change our balance sheet. The stock just got cheaper, and that's why I love red days personally. So, what's your thoughts on red days? Does that scare you then as well? Or be honest, just be honest. You got loads of love in the chat right now, bro. Loads of people are showing you love. So, just be
um,
honest. Are you scared of red days?
I I love red days. It gives a buying opportunity, but I hate red months. That's a difference because I love entry points, but when it when the support levels isn't even kept at some stocks and it just goes down.
Yeah,
Like 18F, I didn't imagine it below 5, but it
mm.
went below 4.
It went to
Um,
3, didn't it?
yeah,
So
that's the thing I hate,
yeah,
and I don't want to load the boat every time, because I don't want to be like 50% invested in one company.
okay,
But I
yeah,
did take a lot of opportunities,
yeah,
especially in Indian.
yeah, yeah. None of dimensions. I mean, it's down to $7 right now, which is crazy.
Yeah,
So you've been loading the boat on nano dimensions. What's your average on NNDM?
oh, it's 9.
9. Okay,
Uh,
because you got in
yeah,
at like what 11, right?
around that area. I
Yeah,
got in at 11. I got greedy, didn't sell out at 18.
yeah,
You know, it's just the thought of it's going up tomorrow, but it
yeah,
never did.
yeah. It never did.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, That's why I'm so big on the fundamentals. Everyone in the Discord knows me for my fundamentals, but one of your key strengths, which you've demonstrated, is the technical sides. Um, of your analysis, timing your entries. Whereas I'm pretty much so there's Charlie C in the Discord, Charlie C, right? So
Yeah.
he keeps track of all our plays. And I remember one day he said in the Discord that when I say I'm buying a stock, what you need to do is wait 2 days after I've bought because my entry would be so bad that it would, as soon as I buy, it goes down. And he says, wait 2 days and you'll have a better average than myself. And it's so true. Every time I ask people what their average is in a stock that I own, everybody has better averages than me. It's like,
Brother,
so so I'm really looking forward to learning from you today, from your technical point of view, so I can be better with my entries. Because obviously, my fundamentals in the long term, I think, will be great, but I really need to get better with my entries and potentially with my exits as well, using stop losses that you've mentioned earlier, and also probably setting price targets. Because I know you're
mm,
very particular with your price targets. You've said it many times with Zomedica, it's reached and it did hit your price targets. So I'm hoping I can learn from you today regarding the technical side as well as a lot of our members today as well. So yeah, bro, we're
um,
no pressure. You're doing great. You're gonna do good. You're gonna do good. You've got loads of support in the chat.
and
So yeah, bro.
regarding regarding Charlie's comment, I remember you told me to buy TTCF
Yeah.
3 months ago. I bought it last week and my average was better than yours.
Okay. Okay. All right. Point proven, in it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Cool. 3 months later. All right. Fine. And you still got a better average. So I mean, that it goes to
Yeah,
show. So look, hey, I'm ready to learn as much as anyone today about the technicals. And yeah, bro, let's
sure.
go, let's go, let's go. So what
All right.
before you share your actually you can share your screen now, bro, if you don't mind. And elite members, if you do have a question, ideally we would like to we'll ask him after the presentation, so that he doesn't lose his trail of thought or get interrupted. But if you do have a question, elite members, just hold it off for now, and then we'll try and get this done by 9:30. So then we have plenty of time for questions and answers. Because with the last one with Dan, we didn't really have too much time left for question and answers. So yeah, let's go. So okay, right. So first of all,
All
what
right.
chart is this Weeble? What chart are we looking off, bro?
Right now we are looking at the desktop version of TradingView. I do
Trading.
have Webull, yeah, but I think TradingView offers a lot of more options regarding the technical part.
Okay, so and
Um,
for members that may not be aware of Trading View, is it free? Is it you have to subscribe?
it's free. I'm using the free version as well. You can
Okay,
also pay for it if you yeah, want that. They give a bit of more options, I think, but
okay,
I'll just stick to the free version.
the free version. So
And
elite
this is
members, it's
the
it's Trading View. If you're not familiar, if you didn't catch that, and you can use so all the indicators that you're going to show us today, are all free.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
So in TradingView, as a free version, you can choose up to three indicators simultaneously.
Okay.
So the first one I always use is the moving average. If we go to Tesla, it's a nice example actually. The 5 year of Tesla. Oh man. If you just take it in this aerial time frame 2020 to 21,
Okay.
and we take it daily.
Bro, slow
So if
down. Slow down. Slow down. You are
so,
flying through.
sorry.
All
Okay,
right. All right. All
it's
right.
a day
So
chart for Tesla each time for 1 year time frame.
okay, so bro, we've some people are saying they're lost already. All right, cool. So we have the Tesla chart up. Time frame. What time frame are you on? Is that a monthly time
Um,
frame, yearly, 6 months?
oh,
Yeah.
this is the daily.
So 1 day time frame. Okay. What are
Yeah.
those lines underneath the candlesticks? Like what are those?
Okay. If we
Yeah.
zoom in, we can see volumes,
So that's the
and
volume.
this, yeah, this is the volume each day, and this candlestick, it's called this candlestick pattern. You
Yep.
can also choose the line pattern, but
Okay.
that doesn't show the. Uh, if I can go to Google, in mathematics, we had this a box plot where we showed I think it was Q1 and Q3,
Okay.
which showed the lowest and the highest point of the day.
Of the day. Okay.
Yeah, this doesn't show it. It just shows the closing point, what
Okay.
time it closed on, while the candlestick shows the highest and the lowest.
Good.
So it's very more precise in terms of the technical part. Because
Okay.
so if we zoom a bit out, these are all the volumes. When a stock is getting bought and it's on in a bullish trend, the candlestick is green and goes up. But as soon as there's a sell-off, we can see people selling.
Yeah.
And for example, in the 2nd September, this day, we can see that the lowest point was 405, while the highest was 480.
Okay.
This is what they represent, and this is the volumes they all have. So a
For the
higher
market.
sell-off, a higher volume.
Okay. Right. So what indicators do you mentioned that trading view you have three main indicators. So what are they that you use for your entries and your stop losses and your exits?
As a starter, I always use the moving average. If you can remove the RSI, I
Okay.
always use the moving average. I first use the 20, just blue, and then I make another one and put it to 50, and let's just make it red, and another one to 200.
Okay. So the first indicator is the moving average,
Yeah, it
and
shows
and what are your? So you said you use 20,
50 and 200.
20, 50, and 200 moving averages.
Yeah,
Okay. Did everyone
uh,
get that? Let us know, guys, before we progress. So the first indicator is the moving average, and it's set at 20, 50, and 200.
yeah. Um, if I can explain what it is,
Yep. Okay, cool. Cool.
this
Yep.
is the
Yep.
moving average.
Yep.
Let's take example if we take a 5-day moving average, and we have LKCO. Day
Okay.
1, it's in $1. Day 2, it's in 1.5. Day 3, 2, 2.5, and then 3.
Yep.
These are all the days the stock closed on.
Okay.
Then the moving average is the sum of these and then the average of them. And this, the blue one is the moving average of 20. So it
Yeah.
represents the 20 days and takes the sum and divides it, with the number 20. And then it gives 790.
Nice. Okay, so
Yeah,
the 20-day moving average takes the closing price of the last 20 days and then
yeah,
plots the average price of that on the chart.
yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
And it's really good to use if you want to see support and entry points, because if you zoom out on Tesla, a good indicator when to enter a quality stock is when the moving average of the quality stock is below the 20 moving average, as here, 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 here. You can all see those are good points to enter.
Sorry, bro. Zoom in on that. We can't really see that. So, okay, the blue line is a 20-day moving average, and
Yeah,
so when the price closes above it, is that when you're saying is a good entry?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to see where I can draw, if that's possible. Yeah, here. Okay, like here,
Yep.
we can see it's a nice entry because it's below the 20 moving average. Here, here. Oh man, I have to use the cursor now.
Yeah. Keep it zoomed in, bro, so that we can. Yeah, it's easier to see.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Um.
just for clarity, bro. The blue line is that the 20-day moving average.
Yes.
The red line
The,
is the
it's the 50.
is a 50, and then the
Yes.
white line is the
It's
200.
200. Yes. As
Okay.
soon as something touches the 200 moving average, I always buy it.
You buy it.
Because yeah, it represents a very nice support in that area, and that's also represented with Tesla. And as
Okay.
soon,
So right. So even though, so for example, what you have up right now, if you zoom in on the around the March period, so it looks like it
yeah,
bounced off the 200 moving average.
yeah, it did exactly that. This is where a lot of the institutions will just support the quality stocks. Of course, if you have a penny stock,
Yeah.
it can go to plus 200% in one day. So the
Yeah.
moving averages for 200 is not as good. That's why for penny stocks, I would rather use the 20 and 5 and 10 because the 200 doesn't represent the stock itself.
Okay, okay. So that's actually quite key then. So so just to summarize, for blue chips, would you say, so for large caps, for large cap stocks, elite members, blue chips, you use moving averages of 20, 50, and 200. And
Yeah,
then for penny stocks, what were your settings for your penny stocks?
5, 10, and 20.
5, 10, and 20. Oh, so much closer averages of the days then.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that because of the volatility?
Yes, I can take LKCO as an example with 5, 10, and 20. But the lowest, in my opinion, Tesla can come right now
Mm.
before it moves back up is 470. That's
So
why I
wow. Now this is great, brother. This is great. This is fantastic. So you're saying what even institutions look at the 200 MA as support
um, I think it's more the retailers who should look at it as support because we
retailers.
can see that yes, institutions are supporting it really good already at
Mm.
different areas. Um, but I think I will come into the support after, I think.
Okay.
But I always use this 200 for quality stocks as a perfect support. Like it's a must buy because it comes at the moving. But as but but vice versa, the opposite. When
Mm.
something is way above the 20 moving average and way above the 50,
Yeah.
even for quality stocks, that means it will maybe shift soon. If we take an example here,
Okay.
it was way above,
Yep.
it got
Yep.
sold off.
Yep.
This is like $100. The same with here, it was way above the 20,
Yep.
500, it went to 330.
And it literally bounced off the 50 right there, didn't it? It literally bounced right
Yeah,
off the 50 MA. Okay.
yeah. It's a nice support indicator.
Okay, nice. Okay, so
And
I mean, it looks
if
like from the Tesla chart that you have up, like Tesla seems to have respected the 200-day moving average for
yeah,
a while now. Like, when was the last time it bounced off it?
um, from the 200,
Yeah, because I can't see it come into contact with the 200. What year was that? Right there,
uh, it came during the crash.
the crash. So, so the
Yeah,
last time it actually bounced off it was March 2020.
yeah, during
So,
the
so
crash.
you're telling me, hold on. So you mean to tell me you could have actually timed uh your entry during the March crash in Tesla based on the
Um,
200 MA?
of course, I think people thought it would go below. It can go below, of course, because it's a crash and nobody wants to be the back holder. But you could
Yeah,
have used this one as an indicator of when to buy. So
mad. But that's pretty much perfect. If you're looking at it there, that would have been the perfect entry. Like,
also here, you can see it's totally overbought.
yeah, yeah,
Um, if you take the difference between here and here,
yeah,
and it's the same difference if you take the difference at the top where it did 900,
yeah.
you know, here. It's
This
way
is mad.
above both averages,
I feel
and
like you're
right now
giving
it's
me the
way below.
I feel like you're giving me the keys to the kingdom, bro. I feel like you're giving me this is crazy. Okay, okay, right. Okay. So I get
Um,
the 200, I get the 20. What is the point of the 50 then? Like, it seems like it's just what's that for? Is that just for design? What's the 50 for?
no, no, as a support for small, not for crash, but for small corrections. You know, you can always use the 50 as a good indicator also.
Okay.
But like here at the crash, it went even below the 50. So as soon as it went below both indicators,
Sorry,
just
bro.
buy it.
Can you zoom in on that part? It looks really small. Yep, yep. Cheers, bro. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it went below both. So as soon as you see a high difference between these two,
Yep.
and the moving average falling way below the
Yep.
50 and 20 for such a stock, and it's near the 200
200.
moving average, then it's a good buying indicator.
That's
Uh,
insane.
this is also why I think Tesla, especially, is a really good buy around this area.
Mm.
Um, I myself will buy it at sub 500.
Because it's
Uh,
pretty much really close to the 200 MA right now.
yeah, pretty much close. And in the long run, Tesla will be a successor in the technology area.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
But let's take LKCO as an example. You can see the 200 moving average is bullshit because it went all the way here. So
That
we
was
changed
way
this one.
overbought when it ran up
Yeah,
that high. Yeah.
it's too volatile.
Okay, so now you're changing the parameters because it's not a blue chip. It's a penny stock, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So we are moving to the 5, 10, and the 20. Oh wow, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's much closer to price action, the 20 MA, which is now obviously like the 200 MA for a blue chip, right?
yeah, exactly. And if we take into account here, when the price fell below all indicators,
Yeah, that's
then
bearish.
it's a good, yeah, that's bearish. That
Mm,
means it will have a bullish movement. Of course, moving average cannot be it's not the only indicator you can use. It's just a good one to use. This doesn't mean that it will go up. It just means that there's a chance of it because it went below all three of them.
that's
While
insane.
if actually when LKCO went all the way here.
Yep.
I were on my way home, so I walked in the rain. Otherwise, I would have sold.
So you would
It
have sold
sucks,
at that
man.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, look
Okay.
at this difference.
Okay, brother. But that okay, so that's all great with that's obviously hindsight. So obviously if we were to replay back the day, how would you have known to take profit? Because of course, yeah, you've seen it. It's escaped. It pretty much escaped the 5, 10, and the 20, and did a madness. Would you have then sold, or how would you have known whether it kept on going, or do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, I would have sold here
Okay, so
as
you would
soon
have
as I saw the
your entire
difference
position,
between
or just take some
uh,
profits.
my entire actually
You would
because
ins-
I did
okay, right.
I did say that as soon as it's above the $3 area, they will make an offering, and they made it the day after. Today, uh, I actually day traded this stock. Oh man,
Oh, this one went crazy today. This eyes, isn't it? Second sight.
yeah, uh, it's it's a nice double top pattern, so it will most likely end here. But
Yeah, bullish.
for this one, we can already now, uh, if I can come into support and resistance lines, um, or do you think I can say more about moving average?
Hmm.
Well,
Okay,
it's also indicated here as soon as it's above all three of them, just sell it. Then
sell.
it's then it's again below all three of them, buy it. Above all three of them, sell it. And now it's below. However, it did make something we call a double top uh, 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 chart. The usual double top will go like this.
Okay.
So I would not be the back holder of this area.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. So that's just what this is crazy. So that's just one indicator that you use, the moving average. We still got
Yeah.
two more to go. Okay.
All
So
right.
before we move on to your second indicator, and before we actually move into that, do you use them all combined in conjunction with each other?
Uh, Combined, yeah. First, I used the moving average. Then I look at the other two as
Okay.
a, a better understatement of my thesis about whether to buy or sell the stock.
Okay. So to summarize before we move on, and what we'll do actually, we'll summarize and then we'll open it up to elite members to ask some questions regarding the moving averages. And then once that's done, then we go into the second one. Is that all right?
All right.
Okay. So from what I've noted down, for blue chips, you're using 20, 50, and 200. Those are your moving average settings. For your penny
Yeah.
stocks, you're using 5, 10, and 20. And with the example you've given us with Tesla, when the for blue chips, for large blue chips, large caps,
You just come
great.
with another blue chip if you want.
Okay, let's look at Apple. Does this apply for Apple? Yeah,
It must.
yeah.
It has to.
And from what you were saying, as soon as the blue chip price, or the let's say Apple's price touches the 200 MA, that's usually a great time to buy.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
This is the chart of Apple.
okay.
Right now, I'm at the 2020 crash.
2020. Okay.
Um, yeah. Right now, it's overbought. The moving average sells is overbought. But as soon as the crash came, it came even below the 200.
Okay. Yeah. So obviously
So
Tesla bounced off it, whereas
yeah,
Apple it broke straight through it, didn't it?
yeah, but it's only $5.
Hmm.
But
Oh wait, hold on, hold on.
yeah,
I'm getting confused. I'm getting confused. So wait, is the yellow line now the 200, or is that?
yeah, the yellow line is the 200. I
Oh,
changed it.
I thought the yellow. So okay, guys. So he changed the colors. bro. What are you doing?
What was the colors before?
I think we have associated whites with the 200 MA. So yeah, it
All
just
right.
of course the people can
And
change.
50.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay,
All right.
so all right, we're back on the same page now. So yeah, okay, so
Sorry.
we're back in March now, 2020, and
Yeah.
Apple approached the 200 MA, but it actually looked like so it
Yeah.
still did close below it, right?
Yeah. It did close around $10 below it, but
Okay,
the day after it went right at the moving average again.
it tested it again, didn't it? Yeah, it did. It
Yeah.
did. Okay, so let me take myself back to March, right? I've seen Apple pull back to about the 200 MA. I've put a buy signal in because it's a strong
Mm.
indicator that it's going to rebound off it, but it broke
Yeah.
through. So at what point would you then set a stop loss? Because obviously it's not concrete, right? The 200 MA is not an
Mm.
exact science. It's an indicator. Doesn't mean it's going to
Yeah.
exactly happen that way. So if I had bought at that 200 MA, at what point would I say, okay, let me set a stop loss?
Usually I set a stop loss at around 5 to 10% of my initial investment.
Okay,
But for blue chip company, uh, I will increase that. I would rather just average down. Um, but for penny stocks, it's definitely at 10%, and I
10%.
quit it. Yeah.
That's
Uh,
brilliant.
LKCO example, it did hit my two stop losses. So I sold it at a minus 5 and minus 10%.
Bro, this is quality stuff. This is quality stuff. So let's say you found a blue chip, it's approaching the 200 MA. You're bullish on the fundamentals of the blue chip in the long term.
Yeah,
It's approached the 200 MA, and so then you would apply the where you invest just the initial at that price.
yeah,
And then if
uh,
it pulls back 10-15%, then you add maybe like another 25% of your initial budget and then keep averaging
yeah,
out because you're bullish on it long term, anyways, right?
yeah. Apple is like one of the best companies
Yeah. Uh,
in the long
this,
term.
this is quality stuff because I think even with that entry back in March, I think you would have only been able to put in your initial because it didn't stay below the 200 for too long. It was literally that's a couple
Yeah,
of days, right?
yeah. Just a couple of days. It tested it and consolidated it at the moving average for around
That's
1 week.
crazy. Okay.
But yeah, as then the 20 moving average came,
Yeah.
and then it bounced it right off it.
And the rest is history. It's just
Yeah,
this is crazy. Okay.
but
Yo, I'm actually
let's see.
shaking a little bit. Like I'm thinking, like, right, this is this is
Like
sick.
here,
Yeah, this is sick.
uh, a lot of the times, Apple it was above all averages, and
Pretty
then a
much. Yeah.
sell-off came. And if we do this, it was above all averages, and same with here. As soon as it hit 137, just sell it. Yes, even though we couldn't predict the bear market, it went all the way to 102, and that was in September. Then the bull market came in September,
Yeah.
went way above it, also here and here, and two sell-offs came.
And look at where we are today, bro. Look at us now. We are approaching the 200 yet again.
Yeah, so
Oh,
honestly,
snap.
the bear
Load
market might
about
change.
time. It's looking about that time. Okay. Okay, now this is great stuff.
Uh,
This is great stuff.
Especially Apple with wanting to make cars for after in 2024.
Yeah.
I think it will benefit them a lot.
Yeah. I mean, the fundamentals behind Apples are solid anyways,
Yeah,
So if you're not in Apple, for example, I've been in Apple for almost a year now, so well, more than a year. But if I wanted to kind of average up, in my position, then I would
Yeah,
definitely be paying more attention to the 200 MA. But if you are looking to start a position in Apple, then that would have been a great. Well, we're approaching a great time to buy right now, based on the 200 MA.
definitely. We can also find
Amazing.
really good entry points with support lines. We can, and one thing we can see with Apple is as soon as it hit this area, it stopped. So I make this line to tell it's a resistant line
Mm,
because it didn't go above it. It was just a huge sell-off. Like
yeah,
this is a lot for such a high-end company.
yeah,
This is like I don't know how many millions, billions.
yeah,
And it retested it here again.
yeah.
Here it went above it, but it failed.
Okay, bro. So Usman asked a great question, right? He said, "What would you do if it reverses before it touches the 200 EMA?" So, for example, like you're looking at Apple now, I'm like, okay,
Mm.
it's getting close. But as Usman asked, what would you do if it doesn't touch? Like, does it have to touch, or with what range? Do you get what I'm saying? Because obviously we can't time the market. So, the way Apple's looking now, is this a great time, or would you wait for it to get a bit closer? Or what's your theory on that?
I would say look at the market. The market right now is pretty bad. So if I were Osman, I would wait a bit because I would expect it to hit or go a bit below it because I still think we are in a bear market right now.
Okay. So to summarize what you just said, if a blue chip is approaching the 200 MA, you assess the overall market sentiment. If the
Yeah.
market sentiment was more bullish, then you would probably buy it at these as it's close. Is that what, 10%? What's the distance between that and the 200 MA right now?
Oh, that's nothing, bro. Just buy it, Osman.
Just buy it. Yeah, don't be
Yeah, 3%.
three
And if it
percent,
dips lower, 10%. Just
10%, and then you
add
add.
to the
Yeah.
position.
Yeah. So you can actually start at 25% of your initial budget right now because it seems like it's getting quite close. But you would look at the overall market sentiment and maybe potentially wait a bit more, wait a bit
Yeah.
longer. Okay. So before I actually want to see AMD. Can you check AMD for me? Because I was looking at AMD. I wanted to get into AMD. I'm thinking it can go. Oh my God. I should have bought today. Look at that. It's right on. It's right
Dang.
under 200. Oh, snap. Okay.
Again, perfect indicators of when to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in this area.
Yeah. Good areas to sell.
And yeah, good area to sell because these volumes, they are not retail investors, bro. These are institutions at
Okay.
these high peaks.
Mad.
And this also, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna open it up to elite members now. Wow, how is it already 41 minutes in? That's crazy. All right, elite
Okay.
members, any questions regarding the moving averages before we move on? Because yeah, I've okay, so all right, so Manny, can you ask about ATNF? Okay, so Bruce wants to know about ATNF. You've got 30 seconds, okay? Because I know you can
Oh,
spend the rest of the chat with ATNF. So ATNF, so
all
obviously with
right.
that, you're gonna change your MA, your moving averages.
Oh shit, I just closed them actually.
Yeah. And whilst you're on that, bro, another great question that came in is so explain what is a bull signal. So Bruce, he's already explained. Okay, on the ATNF, he wants you to explain what a bull signal is. So I'm guessing that's when it bounces off the 20 MA.
Yeah.
That's a bull signal, Bruce, for you. Uh, how long did you learn to read graphs like this? Asked Shabs.
Um, I started last year in September, October.
Oh, so only
Then
a
I
couple of
just
months.
yeah.
Oh,
Honestly, you can learn it pretty fast, and as soon as you get used to it, you don't need to ask the chat what's a good entry point. You just make it
yeah.
yourself.
I love that question. You know, it's now a good time to buy. Check your 200 MA. That's gonna be my reply from now on. Okay, so um, random things. Great question. He's asking: is this a simple moving average? Is this an SMA or EMA, exponential moving average?
It's not exponential. It's just a
It's
simple moving average.
it's a simple moving average.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He asks what's the difference between the simple moving average and the exponential moving average.
The simple one just takes the closing time for each and adds them up and
Okay.
divides them by the number of days, while the exponential looks at the percentage increasement. I think where then adds them up and divides.
Okay, so the
Um,
exponential looks at the percentage move over the
yeah,
period and then
yeah,
plots it on the graph, whereas the simple looks at the close.
yeah.
Okay, boom, bam.
Um, for
Boom,
HNF,
bam.
even though I love it,
Yeah,
it's in a really bear market.
yeah,
It went straight up, and right now it's low key made a head and shoulders move. And the
yeah.
thing we say with head and shoulders is the amount it falls is the amount it comes. It's the amount from the top
Mm,
to the shoulder. So that's 30%.
that's okay.
That means we have to fall 30% from this shoulder
To the
and
next
down here.
shoulder.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
like right here above. But the problem is we have no support line here. The strongest support is in the
Even
point
lower.
three area.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it might go even lower.
So
But
yeah, everyone's saying Musashi, you goated, you're a goat. Yeah, just people are praising you, bro. Greatest of all time. Thumbs up. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, so what time frame do you use? So on you uses the daily on blue chips. But
yeah,
on penny stocks, what's your time frame on penny stocks?
oh, if I look at LQCO, if you take, it depends. If I want to make an entry, then I look
Mhm.
at the 30-minute time frame and
Okay.
just zoom in and look at the different areas. While if you want to day trade, you have to look at the minute time frame.
Okay.
This is every minute to see a good opportunity. Like here, just buy it. You know,
Yeah.
even though it did fall, it's below below them all. Just
Yeah.
buy it; it will go up.
Okay.
But we also have to uh, take the other indicators into account, like the RSI.
Okay.
The thing with the
All right.
RSI is,
So now, okay, so just to clarify, guys, we're now moving into your second indicator, which is your relative strength index. So that's your RSI.
yeah,
Again, what are your parameters for your RSI? And do you mind, bro, if we can use Tesla as an example? So the blue chips again. So we're moving
it's
back
because you
into
want to buy Tesla.
Tesla. I already bought Tesla today, bro. Well, I wish I'd waited. But yeah, okay. So we're back into blue chips. We've got
Yeah,
the 20, 50, and 200 set. We are
yeah.
now bringing in the RSI. So where is the RSI on this chart right now then?
Right now it's at 30%.
Okay, so is that purple thing below the volume? That's
Um,
your RSI.
yeah, this one, sorry, I will make it bigger. This is the RSI,
Okay.
stands for the relative strength index. It's the uh, the difference between the uptrend divided by the downtrend. So when an RSI is over the 70% line, I would say it's overbought. Then if like for Tesla, if you take it here, it peaked all the way to 81. It was
Mm,
overbought and it resulted in a crash. Here also, overbought resulted in a crash. Overbought fell $100. This is something I also use just to see whether or not I should go in, because the thing with the RSI is if the RSI makes higher lows, then it's a bull market.
oh,
Like
so you're
if you
looking
take,
at the pattern of the RSI, so it's almost like another chart in itself.
yeah, if if you take this low, and this low,
Yep.
then it means it can indicate that we are in the middle of a bull market. And
Okay.
what happened is it went from this low at 600 all the way to 900, then just
Right.
sell it there. And as soon as the RSI makes new lows, that means the lows just keeps decreasing.
It's
Just sell it.
bearish. Yeah.
Yeah. And we can also look at it here. Example, at the crash,
Yep.
it made new lows, but then it
Yep.
started to make higher lows. Then it's a
Mm.
bull market.
So what are your parameters for the RSI? What are your settings?
I just used the normal one,
Also, the default
the
setting.
70
You
and
don't change
30.
it.
Yeah, default setting.
So is that
Uh,
with 70
some,
and 30?
yeah, a lot of people also use 80 and 20, but I would rather use the other one because this is it doesn't indicate as much. It
Yeah.
doesn't warn me as much as the 70.
Okay. I'm seeing in the chat now, people are actually saying 70 and 30. So Usman said 70 means it's overbought, and 30 means it's oversold. So yeah,
Yeah,
I think quite a few people in the chat are familiar with RSI,
yeah,
um,
I think so
which is
too.
good. Which is good. So before we move on, bro, someone asked you, do you use the stochastic? Is it called the stochastic? Sohan asked, do you use the stochastic instead of RSI?
The stochastic,
Are you
this
familiar
one?
with that? Yeah, that's the
No.
question. Yeah,
Oh, no.
okay. So yeah, so and we don't use the stochastic. Okay. Why
Never
not
used.
use stochastic instead of yeah? Okay. So yeah, we've answered that. So you're not familiar with the stochastic, which is fine.
Um,
Fine. There's like
honestly,
so many. I know
bro,
about the go on, bro.
look at all this. If you want to
I
be a professional in them all, good luck. So I'm
I
in my
know.
comfort zone, knowing only three or four,
Yep.
and then just using them a lot of times and being experienced in that instead.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of them, and
Yeah.
some I don't even know what is.
I mean, I'm familiar with what the hell was that?
No idea.
I'm familiar with. I was going to say that Boilinger bands. During my
This one,
trading
yeah.
days, I used to use Boilinger bands, but again, it never worked out for me. So so what's your third indicator then, bro?
Oh, it's the MACD. Uh,
The MACD.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
the MACD.
It it looks like this for Tesla right now, and we can see two graphs, one going smoothly and the one going like crazy. The smoothly one, or this is the smoothly one is I might be wrong. It's the average movement of the blue one. So that's why it's so smooth. While this one is the exponential movement in 26 days, I think. Um, I'm
So
not
that's
quite
that's a
sure.
lot more volatile by the looks of it.
Yeah, it is really volatile, but it can also indicate uh, the or predict the next movement. If we take the market crash last year,
Mm.
as soon as in the RSI, as soon as we when the red line is up, that means we're in a bear market, and as soon as they about to touch, that means it's gonna be bull.
Sorry, bro. Can you
So
zoom in on that? Because I can't see. There we go. Okay, cool. So
uh,
just repeat that again.
when the red line is above the blue line, that indicates that we are in a bear market, and
Okay,
vice
so what does
versa.
the red line like? Okay, so with moving averages, like every line represented a figure. So what does the red line represent? Does that represent anything or
It represents the average movement of the blue line.
of the
But
blue line? So
how?
if I was to go on trading view right now, am I going to get red and blue lines as defaults?
Yeah, as default.
Right. Okay. Let
Um,
me quickly have a look at that. So MACD, right?
yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay. It's red and blue. Yeah.
yeah. Just use trading view always.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Cool. And
Okay. This one, the red. Every time you see it's crossing the blue, we will be in a bear market. The stock
okay.
will most likely begin to fall. And if we take Tesla for an example, it's representing this area, this one. But as soon as the blue line is about to kiss the other line, the red line again, then it's a bull market.
So when the blue crosses the red, that's bearish. Think bearish.
Yeah, yeah. I usually make a buy entry as soon as I see the blue one about to kiss the red one.
Okay.
If we take the market crash for an example and look at the MACD, damn, it went uh, pretty low. We can see it's a really bear market, a lot of sell-off. However, the blue line started to make a turn. You can see it's going diagonally up, then just make a buy. It crosses it and keeps crossing, and the volume for for Tesla is positive. It's bullish.
Nice. Nice. Okay, brother. So what are the so on the MACD, you had the two lines, the red and the blue line, which is great. You've given us the pretty
Yeah,
much the principles. So when the blue line crosses the red, it indicates bearish signal, and when the red crosses the blue, the opposite represents bullish signal, bullish
yeah.
sentiment. Also, you look like you had. What's the point of the histogram? Because you look like you had a histogram in it. Do
Oh,
you use the histogram, or is that just there for?
usually I look at it to see a pattern. Sometimes, like in Tesla, after green comes a red, but in the crash there came a lot of reds. But usually for Tesla, when there's not a crash, like here, there's one red, then green, red, green, and just keeps on. But in corrections, you can see that it did go green, but it failed. But
Right.
so I mostly use it to see a pattern if I can detect the next movement. Will it be green or red?
Got you. Okay, so it's not as important as the crossovers when they indicate,
No,
but you
no.
just look it for pattern recognition. If there's been a
Yeah,
consistent pattern over the past couple of weeks or months.
exactly.
Okay, this
For
is great
Tesla,
stuff. Yeah.
especially, it
Yeah.
all follows a nice trend line. If you go to Trading View
Yeah.
in this area and just take the extended one, then you go to the lowest point of every stock
Right.
and try to connect most of them as possible.
Yep.
And right now, Tesla is a- about to hit this one.
Yeah.
And if we take in the moving average into account,
Yep. The 200, the 200, baby. Yeah.
oh, but it's just above the 200.
Yeah. So
So a
it's
good buying
getting
signal.
into buy, like every indicator there is screaming out buy. So
Yeah,
what does the what's the MACD saying? Like if we can bring it all together, like let's marry it all up. So you've got the R, yeah, let's bring it
yeah.
all in. Okay,
Um,
so the
there's,
MACD, the blue as the blues cross the red. So
yeah. We can see the blue is
mhm,
still pretty low.
yeah,
I mean, it's still going down. You,
yeah,
you, you, right now, you don't see a turnover. So I wouldn't buy Tesla at this point. I would wait till it makes a bit of turn, like here,
yeah.
before buying it, or at least cross it before buying it.
Okay, so the MACD is indicating it's still bearish. The
Yeah,
RSI as well is indicating that it's bearish. Well, just
yeah,
about to enter oversold territory because it's about to cross 30,
yeah,
and the 200 is about to touch the 200 MA. So
yeah.
everything is indicating that it's oversold, was almost oversold, bearish, and it's about to touch the 200 MA. You want to be bullish.
I would be, but
You would
the
wait
problem
a
is,
bit more.
yeah, look at the market. For such a big stock and being valued as
Yeah.
I think, the most expensive company just because of hype.
Hype. Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean,
yeah,
there are a lot of fundamentals with obviously, but we won't get into that. But because obviously, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Don't try and come for
yeah.
Tesla, bro. Because you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. We got
But
Rottweilers out here, bro.
no matter the fundamentals, it shouldn't be in that area.
Yeah.
It,
Okay.
with the fundamentals, it should have been around here,
Around here.
200, 300.
That's
But
your fair value for Tesla
yeah,
based on your.
but well, COVID did make us more EV oriented, and
Yeah.
Tesla is the best one in that sector. So we might not see it in that area again.
Amen. Amen to that. Right. let me hand it over to elite members then. So yeah, guys, now ask your questions. Let's look at your questions. So okay, what package level do I need to buy on trading? So MTI, it's free. It's free. You don't need to just create an account and it's free and you have access to all three of these indicators. Random things asked. So now wait for the blue to cross
Oh,
back over. Yeah, okay. So that's
Yes,
go on, bro.
it's you can change the days here.
Yeah. So so it's non-so. In terms of what time frames, he said for blue chips, you use a daily time frame. And for penny stocks, especially if you're looking to swing trade penny stocks, what you said you use the is it the 5 minutes, bro? Or
Day trade 1 minute
okay, so for day
time
trading,
frame.
so it's non-so it's 1 minute.
Yeah,
For
because
swing trading,
for swing trading 30 minutes.
30-minute time.
Otherwise, yeah, if it's a long term swing trade, then I just use the 2 hour or 4 hour.
Okay.
But
So we have a question from Kez. He says, if you change Tesla to 5 year, the 200 MA is at a very different level. How do you choose 1 year or 5 year ETC?
but that's what I showed here. You can change the
So you interchange it there. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Pocket agreed. He said, "Amen." That Tesla won't get that low.
Um, one thing to say to everyone is get these into your heads. These patterns. If you look at it, let's let's say this one, inverse head and shoulders,
Yeah.
and look at this company,
Mm,
the eyes. This one, the head and inverse head and shoulders is exactly this one, and it says the target is bullish, and it went straight up.
nice, bro. Do you
So
mind sharing that in the Discord? Just drop it in the swing. Drop it in the educational contents channel.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And the opposite
Yeah.
are normal head and shoulders
That's the middle
in the
finger, isn't it? Yeah, that we call the middle finger.
yeah.
The classic ATVK. Okay, so Bruce
um,
has a question. He says, before doing anything, does he consider all three of them, then make a move on the stock? So I'm guessing before you
um,
enter, do you consider all three before you make a decision, or if you just look at do you just look at one? Are you more
oh,
bullish on one indicator? I think
a- actually, I'm more bullish on the moving average.
the moving
Um,
average. Okay.
yeah, but I always look at support and resistance lines
Yeah.
before moving in.
Okay.
Like,
So Shelbs asked, where did Musashi learn all of this? So you mentioned you've been doing it for a couple of months now, bro. Where did you learn?
yeah,
Is there a book or anything
but
like
man, don't read books.
that?
That's
You don't
something
read.
Emmanuel.
That's
That's something
terrible.
you do.
That's terrible. You don't read books, bro. Okay, you know what? Let's not. I'll chat to you after. I'll chat to you after.
Just
So
YouTube it.
YouTube. Okay, so Shelbs, he
Yeah.
learned it all off YouTube. Okay.
The thing I did when I practiced was I went to a stock, went 2 3 months behind,
Yep.
and did all this. And then when I came with a statement, then I looked into the present, what what happened, and then compared where I did something wrong. That's how you can practice, or that's how I did.
Perfect. So yeah, Marco said everything makes sense and just helps to validate with my technical analysis. Top man, top man, top man will do. Okay, so Matthew has a question. What do people mean when they say gaps or fill the gap?
Fill the gap.
Yeah, I think Matthew, that's more for Dan. I think Dan, he looks for gaps. So let's say the price closed at $9 today, and then let's say by the weekend it opens up at 11. So you see there's a gap between 9 and 11. So what Matthew's
Ah,
asking in terms of like what do people mean by like fill the gap? Because Dan was talking about touched on that last week about he looks for gaps to fill. Do you look for
um,
gaps in your
like
yeah,
like
like that's
this.
the gap. Yeah, like see, so that opened up QuantumScape was a gap. Do you consider gaps in your technicals or no?
No, no, not at all.
No. Okay. So
I
this is
I
where it differs.
usually
Yeah. Because Dan looks for that in his last one. He said looks for that and tries to look for fillers. But yeah, that's it, perfect. So okay, where's the best place to learn chart technical for people who want to learn? So is there any particular YouTuber that you watch or you could recommend for technicals?
no,
No.
actually just find the first video,
The
then
first
move to the second.
okay. So just raw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just raw them. You know what I'm saying? Just go for a let me not say that. All right, cool. Everything is YouTube make lots of tutorials, always fire advice. Appreciate it. Thank you, Daryl. Sorry, not sure. That's great. Okay, so Kez has come back. He says, can Musashi show on the graph the 5-year chart? So can you pull up because you know how you're looking at okay, so is that the
Yeah,
5-year chart?
yeah. For
Okay.
Tesla, he's saying
The 200 MA is
it's
down
down
at
to
150.
oh yeah, it's all the way down to 150. Don't take the 5 year chart. Here Tesla was nothing. Just take the 1 year and
1 year.
compare to how Tesla did in those 200 days.
Because I would think if you're looking at a 5-year time frame, that would be very laggy in terms of the
Yeah,
information you're. I mean, yeah. I mean, I can not in a million years. Let me not say never, but I can't see Tesla ever going that low. I mean, if it does go that low, yeah.
yeah.
I think
When you use it, only use the 1 year. It's the
1 year.
most precise one. Yeah,
So 1 year
for blue
gets
chips.
more accurate. Okay. Okay. Yep. So yep. Yep. Okay. So for Tesla. Okay. Cool. We looking good. So the last few questions now are rolling in. So if you could give 3 tips to any investor, what would it be? That's from Daryl. 3 tips for any investor.
Subscribe to Emmanuel. Join
Hey,
the join the Discord.
join the Discord. And what's tip number 3
Yeah.
or third tip?
Um, don't be greedy.
Don't be
Uh,
greedy. You heard it here first.
yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. Subscribe to the
Honestly,
channel. I didn't
if
pay
you
him to
take
say
so,
that. I did not pay him to say that. So,
if you take
right,
some medica, uh,
so
yeah, it went all the way to free. Don't be greedy.
don't be greedy.
A lot,
Yeah.
yeah. Not even the 50 can come
Okay.
for that.
Okay. So Bruce has another question. He says, okay, so last question for me. What do people mean when they say the stock is looking to break out? And how can you
Oh,
predetermine a bullish breakout?
oh, sure. If we take the the thing I traded today,
The trend line.
yeah. Um, I bought my second stop when I made this. Uh, this indicates all the, or this is a trend line showing most of the tops in the same trend line. And
So
as soon as
what
trending
time frame is this? What are we looking at?
1 minute time frame of ice,
Okay.
penny stock, I don't know what it
Okay.
is, but I just day
Yeah.
trade this.
Okay.
Um, as
So you
soon as this indicates that in this particular area, oh, in this particular area, it will break out anytime soon. If we look into another penny stock,
so by
um,
so what you mean by breakout is look, so with that example you looked at the highest because it was making higher lows, wasn't it? So you connected
yeah,
all the higher lows, and then as soon as
yeah,
it broke that pattern,
yeah,
that's when you bought for a day trade.
yeah. It made in the first place. It always made new lows.
Okay.
Don't buy it. But as soon as the new low is failed, but instead of the new low, it went up,
Yep.
that's a buying signal. That's also a very good indicator with the trend line, showing that in this area there would be a nice buying opportunity.
Brilliant. Okay, perfect. You've answered that. So breakout. So yep. Looking through now, has it? Oh, should have been very speculative. Yep. Okay. Okay. So Pocket says you look good. That's forget we drop that in there. Question. He says you look very good. So aren't we relying on speculative data? Speculative data. I agree. 150 is low for Tesla. Yeah. Okay, so last set of questions now. So Teddy asks, what would you weigh more in your rationale in buying stocks? For example, if a good company already is overreaching in the share price,
Mm.
but also has more good PR coming up, would you trust the graphs and not buy? So I'm guessing, are you more technical or are you more fundamental? I think that's how I'll round up that question.
Um, I am more fundamental actually. I like long term. I like investing in companies which has nice balance sheets or just good potential.
Yeah,
But as soon as I found the company or you speak about it in the Discord, then I
yeah,
will just look at the graph and uh, make my own DD and
perfect.
find my own entry point instead of, yeah,
Instead
or
of
maybe
my
wait two
instead
days.
of
Yeah,
instead of my alerts is what you're gonna say. It's cool. It's
yeah.
cool.
Um, sorry, bro, but I must speak about this one. When you told me in November I should have bought it, right?
Yeah, here
Or
we go.
September.
Here we go. Right. Okay. Let's talk. Let's talk about it.
The chart said no.
The chart
That's
said
why,
no. Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
that's why I didn't actually. Um, sorry, man, but the
You brought up
fundamentals
my
are like,
baby. My baby.
yes, but I think it was around this area you told me to buy it,
Yeah.
but I couldn't get myself to it because I just saw if you can make a trend line. It follows this pretty good, right?
It does. It
But
does.
in this area there was just a huge sell-off,
Yeah.
and every time this stock came to this area, it got resisted and fell down.
I mean, I can
26.
tell you the reason why it fell down there was because the merger the
Yeah,
merger got delayed, so it had to sell off. Do you get what I'm saying? At that point, and then the merger was confirmed a couple of weeks later, and
I
then it was
see.
done. So there was fundamentals to back that. But like you said, if I was more technical savvy, like I am now, I would have
Yeah,
known to have waited. So you've always got to stay learning, and I'm more than I'm an open book. I just want to learn as much as I can. So
true.
okay, cool. So let's wrap this up now. So how long?
The,
So Owen, okay. So wait. So StockJ asked, is there any way or search available to find which is about to? Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so StockJ asked, is there a way to find or like scan for stocks that are about to hit the 200 MA? The
I think you have to ask Dan. He's really good with Finvis.
Finviz, yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah,
So Sukja, if you take a look at Finviz, or if you speak with Dan, he would. There's a way to do it. You can set your parameters on Finviz. So how long did it
yeah,
take to learn, bro? So yeah, Owen, he said it took a couple of months. He started around towards the end of last year, and it's just been practicing and practicing and practicing. Okay, so do things move too fast sometimes? Are you seeing these questions, bro?
yeah. I'm seeing some of them.
Yeah. So I think Dino asked, do things move so fast sometimes to check all these indicators when day trading? I think yes. I mean, because
Yeah,
you're looking at the 1 minute time frame, it's almost tick tick every ticker you're kind of looking at. So yes,
yeah.
things move fast. Uh, I think that's it. I think that's it. So
I,
100. But you didn't have the trends back when Musa, not enough data technical. Yeah, so that's a good point as well. Like I think back around September time, obviously when the um who did they merge with? I've forgotten the name of the shell company that they were with, but there was not a lot of data on Tattooed Chef early on as well.
mm,
So that's a good point. Um, but yeah, so Emmanuel's right. Catalyst based, yeah. So it's good that you said about fundamentals, brother, because fundamentals are key for long term positions. You need
yeah,
Peter Lynch says know what you own and why you own it, and that's been key. I think that's kept a lot of us still invested till today because the market. I mean, over the past 2 weeks, because we're a lot of us understand what we own. You know what I'm saying? So when the
yeah,
share price drops, we're able to buy more because we're confident in the fundamentals. But as we've seen now, the technicals is incredible for timing our entries and also setting stop losses, especially on swing trades. So I think that about wraps it up, brother. That about wraps it up. Oh yeah, so
all
it was
right.
Forum Merger 2. Yeah, that's the name of the shell company with Tattooed Chef, Forum Merger 2. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So yeah, I think that's about it. That's okay. So Bruce has one final question from Bruce has been on it today. One final question from Bruce. Okay, can you ask him if his opinion on BNGO and its technicals? So a quick 30 seconds overview of BNGO long term.
Oh, uh,
So Obito, for blue chips, he uses 20, 50, and 200. And for penny stocks, it's 5, 10, and 20. All right. So yeah, that's so the last question now, bro, is what's your outlook on BNGO long term?
BNGO, let me just on long term, my fundamental opinion about it is bullish.
So okay,
And
so fundamentals, you're bullish on BNGO. Okay,
yeah,
so I'm a brand new investor to BNGO. Should I buy now or should I wait based on your
I would,
technicals?
based on the technicals, I would say buy at 5.
Buy at 5.
Yeah,
Because yeah, is that the 200 MA, right?
not just the 200. There's a big support at 5,
At 5.
and
Okay.
it retested it for around 1 month.
Okay.
And at 5 in the 1 year chart,
Yep.
the it's 4.5.
4 point.
The
So
200.
$4.50, $5.
But
That's
this is the 100 EMA
okay.
because you don't need more than 200. It was like in the zero area before that.
Okay. So that's a bit of a change there. So
Yeah,
if yeah, because to be fair, isn't BNGO still a penny stock? You can't class it as a blue chip, can you?
it's not a blue chip. It is a penny stock. Um, it has it been uplisted yet?
I haven't been following BNGO, but yeah, there's not enough data, especially for long term, for
Yeah,
BNGO. Judging from what I mean, it's been flatlined for years,
yeah,
isn't it? So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. For BNGO, use support lines
so
as the best one.
so
Yeah,
rather than using the moving average, you would more be reliable on support
supports.
support levels
True. It was about to retest the support here,
and
but
bounced
it failed. Yeah,
bounced.
and bounced. And the next support or the next resistance is here. If it can get above that, then sorry, yeah. If it can get above that, it most likely will not come in this area again. But PNGO, there's two. Uh, it lacks a lot of data to say
Yeah,
on the long term, but on the
yeah,
short term, I would
yeah,
say 5.
yeah. No, I think that's a fair point. That's a fair point, brother. You gotta look at the data. Yep. So can't be stressed enough. Okay. So yeah, so Sohan is talking about the Fibonacci could be an addition. We might actually get K on, if at some point to come and talk about the Fibonacci, because that's
Mm.
not one of your indicators, but yeah, that's it. That's it. So yeah, I mean, I think that wraps up all the questions, brother. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. Um, is there any last words you want to say before you go? Because we really appreciate you. I've learned a lot. I reckon my entries will be on point now. Is there anything you
be
want to say?
familiar with this three and with breakouts. This is like a company, TUI, recovery stock.
Yeah,
This indicates a breakout after this area and it goes up. And be familiar with resistance and with supports.
yeah,
And yeah, trend lines. If you can do these and include some of the indicators, you should be good as long as the fundamentals are good also.
they support it. Brilliant.
Yeah,
So I think with regards to all of that, you need to have a solid foundation, which is your fundamentals, and then technicals to support. So I mean, this is just making us all better investors in the long term, and we really appreciate you coming on. Elite members, of course, it will be available for you guys exclusively. It's all been recorded, so it should be up within the hour or so. If you want to go back and watch anything, and yeah, brother, please post that chart pattern thingy-majig that you you had up in the educational
I will.
content. And again, your thank you for being active in the GWB community. I'm sure if anyone has any questions, they can ask you on the in the Discord. If you have any questions for myself, just ask it in the looking for help channel, and that would be great because I get a ton of DMs. It's mad, but I really appreciate you, brother, for coming on and sharing your
Sure.
secrets with us. and I hope people gained value from it. So yeah, thank you guys. We appreciate you. I'm not gonna say love you, all right, because I did that last time in it, so that's not gonna happen. So all right, guys, thank you so much. Cheers. Bye.